Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and today we're going to be pulling another clutch. And I know, don't go away just yet, because you're like, another clutch pulling video, like, you've done that twice recently, like, you know, get some new shit, right, dude? Here's the thing, this is kind of different, because this one, I don't know what it is, and you don't know what it is. I have some theories, but this is a DINKER clutch. This is a DINKER produced in-house clutch. I'm really excited about this. So if you do like, well, all of our videos, like, subscribe, hang out, because we really need that. It actually helps us quite a bit. So click that button. Subscribe if you haven't. If you haven't, why haven't you? It costs you nothing. And I promise I'll only annoy you twice a week, okay? If you subscribe, that's all you're going to hear from me twice a week. It'd be a big help. And once we're done showing you these eggs and the animal mom and talking a little bit about this female and how she came to be, then we're going to go over to Patreon and tell you what we're going to do with the babies. Really cool stuff. So if you're not on Patreon, check it out. The Discord's well worth it. It's going to be awesome. Plus, if we do decide to sell any of these, which is a big if, then that's where we'd sell them first. And they're not going to make it to the traditional market, I guarantee. So here you can see her, female and eggs. You're going to see a little bit of poop around. We don't mess with them when they're in the process of laying or anything like that. We just let them go because you're going to get a full dump and a full clean here in a few minutes. Now, what is it? What are we looking at here? Well, you're saying I stayed around for the first couple of minutes to see what looks like a pastel or maybe a fire. Why am I here? Like, what the hell? Dude, that's not... Here's the thing. This animal was born here. It was born to a virgin female. That female was a champagne. She's never thrown anything but champagne since the years after. She's about 4 years old, her first clutch. Her father was our original Blitz male. Our Blitz has never thrown anything else like this, save this clutch we're through too. This is our first chance at breeding one of the two females we say just kind of pastel-like, but we don't really know what's going on. So we have bred her back to her father. That's right. This is kind of a, I mean, we can call it an Arkansas clutch. I can say I got family. We can also call it a West Virginia clutch because K-State's going to whoop your ass. Anyway, probably not. West Virginia's had her number last year, but I'm still hopeful. But, so this is a father-to-daughter pairing, but this is the first time that, I mean, the other two animals are completely unrelated, so we're not getting too crossed up for those of you that are worried. So let's get her off eggs. Now I've given her a chance to kind of see what's going on. She's probably going to be a little bit more pissy. This is her first clutch, and see how many we got. You gonna behave, girly? Oh, my goodness. For a first-year female, and I want to talk about something else while I got her out here, too. I know, you did good, girl. You did good. Now, I mentioned this is a first-year female. Was my flashlight right here, Kurt? Did we move my flashlight? Did you put it in the drawer? Where did I put that thing? Oh, there it is. Whew. She was 4, so it took us a little longer to get her there, but then it was her first year because we were patient, we didn't push it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 eggs. That's actually our largest clutch of viable eggs this year. Our other biggest one was 10, but 3 of those were slugs. These are 10 that I shouldn't say viable, we don't know yet. We're going to do a little quick candle, stuck with the camera there, see what we got. So there, you can see veins, great egg, great egg. When I started seeing eggs like this right away, I get pretty confident in the whole clutch. Good, good, good. Very nice and strong. Nice, nice, nice. Now this one's probably one of the last ones laid. Kind of a cool one. I'll show you something. See up here, sometimes you won't see much because you'll be clear at the top of that yellow areas, but look at that vein work, and then down here, you can really see, if I come this way for you probably. Maybe you can see it on camera. You can really see how good that vein work is on the spot here where it's attached. So very, very nice. So the next thing we do, always, 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 is we write on these. And our last number was 14, so these are going to be 15. This is a really good clutch. They're all going to be kind of stuck. Perfect. And when they're stuck like this, if we can, we will leave them together if we have enough room. I kind of peeked at this clutch and kind of thought maybe we had some good size. So I left them... got a big incubation tub for them, some of our smaller ones. And my hope is to leave them all together. We just use a Sharpie for that. It's not going to permeate. It's not going to do any damage. I've never had a dyed baby. Again, Paralight and light diffuser. That's our secret sauce. Oh, boom. Just like that, folks. Just like that. So 15 eggs. We'll get those in the cooker. And then let's tell you really quick what my expectations are. So what could happen? Well, there's a couple things. One, we could have just had a random pastel pop. It has happened before. This could be just kind of a new line of pastel, which a new line of pastel, let's be honest, it ain't going to be something we're going to write home about. Are we going to be really proud of it? It's going to be really cool? Yeah. But are we going to be like, oh, this is the Olympus specialty line, you know, it's going to be valued at $10,000. No, hell no, it's still going to be pastel. We won't necessarily know that right away. What we will look for is blitz in there, of course. And in this case, it was bred to a blitz only. So we're going to look for blitz and blitz pastels. We also may have where none of these show up. Okay, we could just get normals and blitzes. In that case, one has to wonder, is it recessive? But if it's recessive, we still should get half of them visual because we're using the father. So with this clutch, we may not learn as much as we really want to learn. Now, with the next one we do, which she's a little bit behind, so we kind of had them picked out, we are going to be pairing pastel to it. I'll probably use something like, say, a super pastel xanthic. That will guarantee me pastel in every single baby, right? And that would also then prove out if this is pastel. So if I get pastels and super pastels, then guess what? We have pastels. If I get pastels, something else, then I got something else. And if I get straight across the board pastels, but from this clutch, I got visual something, then we're dealing with something recessive, which would be a whole new ball game. It'd be really interesting to play with that and see what it would do in combos. So maybe it'll act different than pastel. I don't think it's going to be a recessive version of pastel. My gut tells me most likely what we have is just kind of a different line of pastels, a little bit funkier looking. These have held their colors really well. So, you know, we might see what we got going on here. We might give it a temporary new name early on. And until I know exactly what I've got, the price point is going to be somewhere probably in the middle of all that. And now if I find out I've got something brand spanking new, it's going to be priced like brand spanking new. But for those that get on the early floor, they're going to get in at a much better level than brand spanking new, right? Now, if you come in on the early floor, we find out it's just pastel, you might have over gambled a little bit, but that's why there's some risk involved in things like this. So, Kurt, any questions about what this pairing is or what it represents? I guess we should say what a dinker is too, because you're going to see that in the title and everything else. A dinker is something that usually comes out of Africa. People will call it a dinker. They get an odd-looking ball python, and they're going to work it and see if it's genetic. In this case, this is a dinker that was born in captivity. It's odd. It shouldn't exist like this. It shouldn't look this way. It should be different, but it's not. The weird thing on this is in that clutch, like I say, we got two of them, two sisters. So we're going to see what we've really got going on. All right, well, if no other questions, I'm going to hop off here, throw these in the cooker, go on to Patreon, tell you what I'm going to do with these babies.